We are live. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. Do you want to go by Maria or by Mia?
Um, my name is Maria, but most of the people who know me and friends and family, they call me Mia. So it's whatever you like.
Okay. Mia's okay. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When's your birthday?
5th of November, 1990.
Time?
5:50 p.m.
Yeah. And where?
Dobrich, Bulgaria.
Okay, great. Um, yeah, I always start with the same question, which is what's going on in your life currently?
Um, yeah, so ever since like adulthood, super important topic for me have been, vocation, career, uh, Um, yeah, and I've changed a lot of jobs and a lot of, areas. And each time it has felt like something is missing, like this is not the right thing. And again, this is an active topic for me. I quit my job maybe year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And since then, I've been sort of looking for a new thing. Um, I've been freelancing and doing, things on the side, but the thing is not still coming. And yeah, I've actually got job offer last week, which is again not exactly what I was envisioning in terms of, security and safety, but I guess it's a step forward. Uh,
Mm-hmm. What do you
also,
mean?
um, I guess it's an area that is a bit more interesting to me. So I've been trying to get a job in marketing, uh, creating content and um, yeah, in this area. While it was not exactly working because I didn't have like an agency experience. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and now finally things have moved. I got sort of like a part-time job in a startup, health related startup. So
Mm.
this sounds promising. Yeah. Mm,
Sorry, can you say that again?
sorry.
Can you say the last sentence again?
This sounds promising,
Okay.
but still, in terms of security, is a little bit,
Because it's
I feel a
not
little bit.
paying enough or what?
Well, it's part time. It's not paying enough, and also it's still on freelance basis, which I guess is a temporary thing because like the platform that I will be working for has not been launched yet, so it does make sense.
I
It
see.
it may grow in something more more permanent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and also in the background, I've been also into astrology since maybe 2020. This is how I first started getting in. This is when I first started getting interested in it. Um, Spirituality, mindfulness, stuff like that. This has been kind of on the background, but also a very persistent part. You know.
Okay, that makes me think about your Saturn return in the ninth house, which
Yeah,
was around 2020. Yeah, that you started from then investing in spirituality, astrology, and so forth.
yes, that was some very dark time, I want to say, in terms of health, in terms of you know, again, job and vocation, because I just left a very stressful, very dynamic job that was so not aligned in any way, and that left me with lots of health issues and basically struggling. That was
Hmm.
right in the beginning of Saturn return, and
Mm-hmm.
then from then on, it's been getting interested in astrology and spirituality, exploring what I want to do, and yeah, it's still going on.
Okay. So at the moment, as far as I understood, the only work you have is the freelance work for the startup that is healthcare related.
I have not started yet. I will
Ah,
start next week. But up until now, I had like small freelance projects working on personal brands for other people. Again, mostly psychology and health related stuff.
oh, so you're helping people kind of
Create
develop a
content.
create a brand.
Yeah, create a brand and mostly create, social media content like short form type of content, posts and short, you know.
Okay, I see. And you're the one to do what exactly when you work with them freelance?
I am, first getting to know what their goals are, what they want to talk about, and the message they want to share. And then I start researching topics, what exactly what kind of posts. Then I made something like make something like a content calendar, and from then on, I create, the content itself. This has
Okay.
been recent. Apart from that, I have been a teacher. I have worked in hospitality. I have been a coordinator, and again, content. Lots of things connected to content.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. There's quite a few things coming up now, so I'm gonna start slowly, and you'll see that we're gonna keep building the story. So this is kind of like the introduction, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Um, all right. I would like to start with the Sun, Venus, Pluto,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna remove Pluto for a moment. I'm gonna just focus on Sun, Venus in the sixth house.
Yeah.
So, the very first thing you told me is that work has been one of the central subjects for you. And finding a good work has been like a big topic. And there I see the Venus because Venus is something that's valuable for you, whereas the sun makes you constantly search for that thing. Now, the reason Pluto comes in is because you couldn't find it. You kept doing all kinds of different works and even working yourself to the bone to the extent that you had health conditions, right? But at the end of the day, it's not like you're doing what you really want to do so far.
Not at all. Yeah.
And so that this is like a huge focus for you that you want to do something you love, but it takes you so long to get there, and you do all of these jobs in between that are kind of, well, you just have to. So this
Yeah.
makes me think about the Sun, Venus, Pluto in the sixth house. And I can only imagine the frustration that comes with the amount of waiting and the amount of work you put into stuff, but never discovering like what is really yours.
Yeah. And
Does
I,
it
at the same time, I have this kind of feeling that I already know it, but I cannot point at it exactly. And then I have also this feeling that I don't have a container or something where in a structure. It's very strange. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a feeling that I know it, but I don't know how to point it. And at the same time, I need a container and a structure. So,
okay? There's something that comes up for me about that. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Or actually, why not just address it now? Let's do that now. Here's what I'm feeling. You can see how Pluto is at 5 degrees. Okay, so the inside wheel is your natal chart, the outside wheel is the transits. Are
yeah.
you familiar with the transits?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you can see that Pluto is at 5 Aquarius, not quite at your midheaven at 7. So
Almost.
one thing you can think about is that Pluto he's going to retrograde now. He's not going to get there, I guess, until 27 or 28. So this is a
Mm,
long period that this is already starting. But I see this in the fact that you've joined the startup. Now there's something developing there.
mm,
And this, when you say that, it's like you have the idea, but you can't really point towards it, and you don't have the. What I feel is that you're waiting for Pluto to enter your 10th house. That is what comes up for me.
Well, that's gonna take a lot of time though. It's like
Yes, it
15
will.
more years.
So it's gonna enter in 2028. Yeah,
It's gonna enter the 10th house?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay, you don't use whole sign houses. Yeah, that's why I got confused. Okay.
Right, I don't use, but never mind because it's
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
midheaven actually, not so much
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
10th house, but when he's gonna reach the midheaven, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I see. Hmm.
Okay,
That's interesting.
so that tells me that probably until 2028, there's something really important happening in your professional life, and after that, you start to maybe go into a very different field and actually develop the project that you have been dreaming about, but just it's
Mhm.
not time yet. And I also say that from experience because that is what happened to me when Pluto finally crossed my midheaven.
Mm.
Okay,
I feel that something is brewing, but and yeah, and it's kind of
exactly.
excruciating process as well because you know I'm very frustrated most of the time. Yeah,
Yeah. The other part is that Uranus is also crossing your ascendant.
yeah,
So these are two outer planets crossing angles, and that's actually happening like over the next year, 2 years. Yeah, so
yeah.
what that tells me is that actually you're about to break through.
Mm. I've
You're
been
very
very
close.
excited about this Uranus entering my first house and ascendant. I know that.
I
Mm.
mean, I see that already because you said you're starting a new position.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are you going to be
And
doing in that position?
again, all sorts of marketing stuff. I also have the chance to learn a lot that I have not done yet in my career. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I will also be able to sort of witness the whole thing from the beginning. Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and at the same time, I have this idea like very buried very deep down in me that I want to start something on my own. Mm, but that still has some kind of growing up and developing to do, like internally before it gets out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that again gives me like 27, 28 is more of the timeline for that
Mm.
beginning to materialize.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like the startup because I can only imagine there's so many changes when you work for a startup. There's so many conversations. You always have meetings. There's new information coming in. There's statistics that. So I feel how much information you're going to be working with and how many things you'll be learning about, how many conversations you'll be having with different people, working with new
Mhm.
technologies. Yeah, I feel that here.
Yeah, kind of dynamic. Yeah.
The other thing, you said you start next week, right?
Yeah. Monday, I think 18th. Yeah.
Great. So you can see that there's the new moon on Sunday on
Hmm.
your ascendant with Uranus.
Yeah.
Right, so that for me is the beginning of that new job. Okay.
Great.
Now the other part, okay. Your Moon Mars conjunction in Gemini in the first house is what makes me think about you doing all of the content creation and marketing stuff.
Yeah, I actually wanted to have your take on the retrograde Mars in the first house because I feel like it's something that I struggle with a lot in terms of, you know, expressing and being able to speak freely about myself. And even this right now is very challenging for me because I have this, you know, speaking about myself is not exactly easy thing for me. And yeah, I guess also in Gemini, it has a lot to do with, content creation and marketing.
Okay, let's talk about Mars and him being retrograde. You know, when it's about retrograde planets, you'll see that we just need to talk quite a bit to start getting into the more subtle aspects of them. But I just wanted to, before we continue, also bring that it's almost exactly sextile your Jupiter in Leo.
Mm. Yeah.
And the Leo part of it also makes me think very much about the content because it's
Mm.
expression and it's lots, and you develop a person's entire identity, right? So you kind of work with loads of colors, images, different texts. Like there, I feel the Jupiter in Leo.
Yeah. And the other thing that may be connected to this is that recently I have felt that like I need to have Like I'm someone who needs a lot of alone time, but I have realized that I also need like a community of people around me and, you know, shared ideals and stuff like that. That has
Okay, you're
been
saying
missing too much.
recently. What do you mean by that?
Um, I guess since I quit my job, I've been working a lot, at home, not meeting a lot of people, and not that this is a huge problem, but I have realized that I need um, a community around me, like to share
Mhm.
stuff. Recently, let's say the last year or so.
Mhm. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one.
hmm
Okay, so you said you're working from home a lot. Do you live alone?
Um, Actually, I am at the moment. No, I travel back and forth from Sofia to Dobrich, so um,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Okay, that's interesting. Why?
because my partner is in Sofia and my family home is in Dobrich, and
Oh, okay. So I'm starting to feel the Mars and Gemini connected to that Jupiter because you're
okay,
traveling back and forth all the time between two places.
right now, yeah. Mm.
How often do you travel?
Um, let's say every month or a month and a little bit.
Do you go by car, by train?
Different, sometimes by bus, sometimes by car. I tend to avoid the train because
Oh yeah,
I had bad experiences.
Bulgarian trains.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot better though.
Oh, okay. Okay. And your family house, which means it's not just you, also in the family house.
Yeah, my parents still live here, but it's like two floors, and they're sort of on the second floor.
Okay. Tell me a bit about your parents and how you relate to them.
Um, I'm quite they're great people, but their generation is very different from our generation, and we have lots of differences. I have great connection with my mom, even though she does not always understand me, and with my dad, it has been changing and at times rough, but you know he's doing well, the best he can.
Is it a very, and do you also have siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Okay. Is it a lively house?
um I would say so, yes. My dad is I think he's a little bit on the narcissistic spectrum, which I it's a strong word, but I am almost convinced. And he's someone who likes, having parties and having lots of people over and, having fun. But
Okay. Yes.
yes, yes, but sometimes he can be very, uh, how to, um, what is the word I need? Not aggressive, but like very expressive and very fiery.
Yes. Okay. So now do you see Jupiter and Leo in your fourth house?
Yes, yes. I've always
Especially,
sort
go ahead.
I've always sort of thought that it's connected to my dad, like this Jupiter over there, because it also I think it's in a square with the sun.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, and it's
Uh-huh.
also always have been a very abundant household. He likes to work in the garden and he likes to provide fruits, vegetables, and he has animals. So that's also sort of Jupiterian.
hmm I felt it, especially where you said that he loves to have people over and party and have a good time.
Yeah, he does.
And when you said that he's pretty loud and he's maybe narcissistic and he's very fiery, yeah?
He can be, yes, he can be.
Yeah, so I'm feeling this here very much. And I feel like you're actually more of a quiet person.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of an introvert.
Okay,
And
so I feel like his fire is sometimes way too much for you.
yeah, he also does not really understand boundaries. He tends to cross them sometimes. Yeah, I'm much
Okay.
calmer. I tolerate them a lot more than my sister. That's also a thing. She takes after him a little bit.
Ah, does she?
Um, Not to such extent, but she's also kind of a, fiery person. Can be.
Okay, so there's a lot of like, so there's noise at home, kind of.
Can be, yes, when there are a lot of people, over and when everyone's home.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What's your and did you also like move around a lot as a family growing up? Like going on trips places or maybe going to the village, for example?
Yeah, we used to go to the village a lot. We used to go, seaside trips, but nothing major. Not as we were growing up. Later in life, I had the chance to travel and move a lot.
Okay. Here I'm feeling the movement, and we can
Mm.
talk more about that.
Yeah.
And also that your sister took after him. So can you explain a bit more about that dynamic at home? How do you
Um,
relate to that? What's happening? Yeah.
mm, I think I have suffered a little bit when I was younger because, I'm quieter. I don't pick up fights. I try to avoid them. I try to be more understanding. I try to accept him the way he is because, it's hard to he's not going to change. He doesn't understand things the way I do. And
Hmm.
my sister, she doesn't have this tolerance, um, which I sometimes think it's a little bit better because that draws, a boundary when it needs to be.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. I'm really feeling, by the way, the Sun in Scorpio square the Jupiter in Leo. The Sun in
mm,
Scorpio for me is the person that doesn't like the fanfare. You'd rather be quiet. You don't want to get into arguments. You don't want to, just, you're more retreating.
yes, but recently I also, you know, I have had troubles being assertive and all that. But with time, I also have learned to, be assertive in a gentle way. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. So I'm not so willing to, retreat anymore. I'm just more willing to handle things with gentleness because I feel like it's taking a toll on me, all the retreating and all the, letting go of stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Is that something recent?
um, I would say yes, maybe after Saturn return period or something.
Hmm. And how is it in the household right now?
Um, it's quite calm, I would say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, because I also don't see him a lot. They travel a lot to the village house.
Aha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I also have well, we had a period of, having disagreements because they're, as I said, different generation. And for him, by now, I should have had kids, I should have been married and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't call it an argument, more like, you know, thoughts. But I feel like I was able to, put a boundary there, and now it's a lot better.
Hmm. Makes me think about Saturn in your ninth house, Capricorn.
Mm,
That and I would say together with Mercury because they aspect each other.
mm,
From the standpoint of having to absorb his opinions and beliefs about what you should be doing, what milestones you should reach, and he comes from that more traditional, like elder perspective.
yeah.
Is that like a point of conversation often? Like
Uh,
his old understanding and you kind of having to interact with it and manage and just be kind of quiet and
yes, we've had talks like maybe not so much right now because I feel like we sort of exhausted the topic,
okay.
but there was like a year and a half or so when we had, this constant going back to this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and as I
Mm-hmm.
said, he's the type of person who don't really put himself in the other person's shoes, so he cannot understand my point exactly.
Interesting.
And
I see. And I guess he's coming at you very intensely. He's very he doesn't hold back.
sometimes, yes, he would sort of start, you know, um, being upset with me, giving me silent treatments or stuff like that when I see him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah, but not so much anymore. Also, I have two dogs, which is
Yes. Okay. Big dogs or little dogs?
little dogs, yeah, six house dogs. And this is also like one of the arguments that he uses against me that I should not be having adults, that I should be having kids. And
Oh.
yeah,
Okay. So I guess your dogs are also like running around and playing and barking and cuddling and
yes, yes, they are very expressive as well.
okay, there's Jupiter and Leo in your first in your fourth house.
um, yes, yes, I think so. Also, the dogs came maybe a little bit after. I have been reflecting on this recently. The dogs came a little bit after Uranus went into my 12th house in Taurus. And I guess in those years they have been aspecting my sun, Venus, and all the all the show in the sixth house, the stellium. So actually, I have realized that the connection that I formed with them has changed me a lot. Like
Ooh,
in terms of uh, the depth I'm able to connect not only with them but also with people around me, has changed me in terms of the empathy that I'm able to feel. Not that I was not empathic before, but it has reached some kind of
wow,
you know different levels. And yeah, that has been an interesting reflection.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That makes me think about Sun Venus Scorpio
Mm,
because now I see right, and you can see how they're both connected to Jupiter. So let's say Jupiter and Leo is
mm,
having these companions at home that kind of give a lot of energy and love and warmth and fun and expression. And through that experience of relating to them, they're expanding you,
yeah, for
right,
sure.
into becoming much more sensitive, empathetic, caring.
And yeah, exactly, being able to connect deeper with other people as well. And this is something I
Okay.
just recently realized while Uranus was entering my Gemini first house. So that's also been interesting.
Okay, here is where I'm also seeing your work in branding because the Sun Venus in Scorpio, I see like you sitting down with a person and you're talking to them to really understand what's important for them. What is the
Mm,
essence that they would like to communicate to the world?
yeah,
And the Jupiter in Leo is you give them all the different options and choices and possibilities for how to express that.
yeah.
And you're the one to actually grow their brand or have been.
It, yeah, I guess in cooperation with them a lot,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Mm. Hmm. That makes me think about the Sun Venus conjunction in the sixth. That so much of your daily life is like about the cooperation, the other person, hearing, listening to them, right? The
Expression,
Scorpio,
yeah. Mm,
understanding them very deeply.
mm. Also, I've had well, apart from astrology, I'm very interested in psychology, health, wellness, stuff like that.
Yes.
Again, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, all the things that are hidden, right? People, what's happening inside of people's bodies, disease,
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Bodies and minds, and how to live better and more optimal. And
Yeah. Yeah, that makes me think now about the startup. I mean, you said you're working for a startup in the health field, right?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
what is their product exactly?
It is going to be an app that will give you the option to store all your health information in one place. This is more for people, I guess, with chronic diseases or lots of, prescriptions and lots of debt.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like an organization app that allows you to put some order in your health information.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know that much yet because I have not really started, but
Right.
it's coming.
Is it a Bulgarian firm?
It's the founder is Bulgarian, but it's between Bulgarian and UK.
Will you be traveling?
Mm, I don't think yet so much, but possibly, yes, in the future.
Yeah. I again feel the Jupiter Mars.
Mm,
Again, between Bulgaria and the UK.
yeah,
Right, between Dobrich and Sofia. Between
yes,
the family home and the village home.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And also you have two dogs.
I do.
Are they kind of twinning?
They're kind of what?
Twinning.
What do you mean?
Like they look similar, they walk similar, or something like that.
They're the same breed. They're mother and son. So yeah,
Okay. That makes me think about the Gemini as well. Same breed. Do you
yeah,
walk with them often? Do you go out with them a lot?
yeah. Every day. This is like a therapy kind of thing for me.
Ah.
We
Okay,
go a
there I
lot
see
to the
it
park.
again. Huh?
We go a lot to the park and in nature when we have the chance to.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I feel like you like to go alone and it's kind of a quiet period of reflection while you're out with them.
Yeah, it can be.
Oh. So kind of a lot of your daily life revolves around them and your relationship to them.
Yeah, I guess they put some structure to it because we
Mm.
have to have the morning walk and we have to have the evening walk. So,
Okay. So there is again your Mars.
mm,
The morning walk, the evening walk, every
yeah,
single day with your animals that you love so much, right? So there is this triangle,
yeah,
right? Same with your situation with your father, that he's this loud person historically that clashes with your quiet persona, and you have
mm,
these like arguments.
yeah,
Okay. Same with the marketing, right? You care a lot about people. You show them how they can use different colors and imagery and express themselves, and you actually create the work itself.
yeah.
So you see already we identify kind of three that fit into the same pattern.
hmm
Okay, good.
Another prominent topic for me was, in terms of relationships. I've been in this like partnership for 2 years now, and I've been constantly on and on about is it the right thing? Is it not the right thing?
Mm,
Because I've struggled a lot with, achieving depth and connection. And we have changed and evolved a lot as well. But sometimes I have still have these moments of insecurity where I feel like this person is not yet ready for what
mm,
they say they want.
okay, now here comes Sun, Venus, Pluto,
Mm.
Scorpio. Achieving the depth that you want. Is that because people tend to not want to discuss like feelings and deep emotions, what's happening in their brain? Like they're not exposed to that, and so you struggle even with him to get there?
I think he just no one has showed him yet how to do that, and he grew up in a household where that was, I guess, frowned upon,
Hmm.
and it's been he has evolved a lot as well. Like things have changed, and it's much better now. But I still feel this like it's almost like a barrier that there is between us. That
Oh, I'm feeling something coming up.
mm,
I'm feeling like electronics, TV, entertainment, like having fun and yeah, more like that's kind of clashing with the depth.
um I think it's more of a he's afraid of going in the depth because he has, you know, stuff to work through before he gets there. But
Mm-hmm.
he's also trying a lot, which is, I guess, what makes me still, um, invest time and energy into it. But until we got here, um, it was quite frustrating because I couldn't communicate anything without it turning into a fight or into an
Mm-hmm.
argument because he didn't really see that arguments are something that happens um, naturally in a relationship. But this has also changed now, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, this makes me think about the connection between Sun Venus, searching for depth and intimacy so much with your partner,
Mm,
with the connection to Mars and Gemini, retrograde in your first. That every time, I know it's different now, but in the beginning, it was always a fight. So like, you cannot have a normal discussion without it turning into chaos, kind of.
yeah, and not knowing how to repair, like on his side. Um, so it was basically every fight.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like it's over.
I get it. And I also see kind of like it's like loud. There's a lot of energy, a lot of fire in those situations.
Yeah, he has a moon in Aries.
Ah,
So yeah, moon in Aries and Mars in Cancer.
so he would burn you.
Um, mm, yeah, sometimes I've been hurt, but I do understand where that is coming from, like because he didn't know yet how to manage it.
I feel like he's like having a tantrum. He's really exploding, and you're trying to like keep things calm.
Yeah, I was that was in the beginning. I was trying to explain him that it's a normal thing, have differences and talk about them.
Hmm.
And he has learned. Yeah, now we're better at communicating.
Hmm. Okay. What
And
is the challenge for you currently, right? Because as the relationship evolves, there's new things that come up.
um yes, again, I feel like um there is a little bit of a wall between us. Like I have to push everything. Like I have to push for intimacy. I have to push for depth and sharing stuff. I have to push for planning, for for everything. And it's just I don't want to push. I want to be equal. Like I want both of us to take responsibility of those things.
Hmm. Okay, this makes me think about your Mars retrograde in Gemini,
Mm,
that you're fighting, pushing, talking, trying, communicating, trying to get your point across again and again and again.
yeah. And all these things make me come back to um if I have to pull things out of him so much, is it
Hmm.
the right thing? And we've had this conversation many, many times, so he knows how I feel. And as I said, he really tries, but I guess it's deeper work and takes time.
Totally. And I feel the Mercury Saturn now,
Mm,
that you're trying to pull things from him again and again. And it's so much work. And you have to explain everything carefully and show him the vision. I start to see the ninth house coming in.
yeah.
That you just really have to work so hard to help him understand.
And also very carefully and very gently. so that I don't, you know, hurt his feelings, I guess, hurt his ego.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Do you have friends?
Um, yes, but I have this tendency to need to stay quiet. So from time to time, I sort of don't see any of my friends, and then I come back to them, which is
Hmm.
something that I've been trying to, not let persist, I guess, because it's not nice to be on the other side. But sometimes I don't have energy.
Do you have some kind of illness?
Um, I wouldn't say anything major, but since the Saturn return and after 2020, I've had this sort of hormonal issues, a
Hmm.
little bit of thyroid issues that
Yes. Okay.
again have improved a lot. But it was a real struggle exactly around 2020, 2021, that period.
And but not now.
Not so much anymore. No, I think, yeah, it's pretty much gone. I still have to, pay attention.
Yeah, I feel like you're pretty careful health-wise. Like maybe like your diet is more particular. You like clean food.
Yes, actually, around 2020, I had, along with the very dynamic job, I had a little bit of an eating disorder, maybe not a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
an eating disorder, which is now completely gone. So I'm not so dogmatic about food. It's more
Mm-hmm.
like it taught me to, you know, look in a more holistic way at health, not only
Yeah.
food, because it's, well, not important, but there are other more important things. And yeah,
Hmm. Okay, now I feel you also like fasting.
it used to be a thing, but I try not to do it right now because it's,
Uh-huh.
for women, it's not a, you know, it's not great.
Hmm. Oh yeah, what about female health as a subject in general? Something that's important to you socially.
Yes, it's a big topic, especially because I've had such problems at one point.
Hmm.
These are exactly the hormonal problems that I was talking about. Um, so yeah, I also guess this is maybe a little bit Venus in Scorpio. I don't know.
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
I also feel like maybe you're creative each day also. Do you draw?
I like to draw. Yes, I like to write. As a kid, I was very much into writing poetry. I'm a good writer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is again part of the struggle to find what is the thing for me. I've very often felt
Mm.
that I can be very good at many things, but I didn't have, I guess,
I could see you being a great counselor.
yes, I also have heard that a couple of times from, other people.
I feel
Um,
like you're a very good listener.
yeah, I think so. Mm,
And I think you like to just keep on descending and also reflecting the information back to people.
hmm. Yeah. And another thing that I have noticed is people often come to me like, advice on stuff. It's much easier to see other people's struggles and being able to, give them a solid advice than help myself.
Yeah, I feel you being kind of a person people go to be soothed, to hear something, to just feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. My colleagues often used to say that I'm the calmest person they know, which is not always
Mhm.
the case. Like on the inside, it's not always like that, but I guess I give out this kind of vibe.
I feel like hygiene is also very important for you.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand with health, I guess.
I feel like you have daily rituals for yourself.
Yes, I do. I've always had an anchor in my, morning routine. It has changed a lot, but there was, always something to start my day. Also, evening routines. Yeah,
And
I
I
like.
feel the importance of like being in quiet environments, especially when you're working.
Yeah, I like to have my environment arranged and, giving me calmness and yeah.
Yeah. Also, I feel you in meditation.
Um, yes, I try to do lately I'm struggling a bit with, keeping the habit, but it's something that has been coming and going for a lot of time now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's solid, sometimes it's not so.
And I also feel that you take a lot of pride in your work.
Uh, I like to, yes. Like maybe this is part of the reason why it has been so hard. Because I need to feel aligned with my work. I don't want a work that is just simply for the work. I
Hmm.
want to be something that fulfills me and something that yeah, I take pride of also.
I feel that you enjoy working. You like to be productive. You like to have things to do each day. Like that for you is fun to yeah.
Uh, yes, yes, but I've often felt that I lack direction, and as I said earlier,
Hmm.
a container for it.
Hmm.
Maybe discipline is the right word that I'm looking for. Maybe I need more discipline. I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I feel that you're also a big reader.
Yes, I read a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel that you also read things that are very kind of complex or hard to read. Oh, I think that you read about sustainability and nature.
Sometimes, yes, I read lots of different books. I also read fiction and nonfiction, and I tend to read more than one book at a time. Sometimes I don't
Yeah.
finish them. Yes,
Okay. The museum comes up.
the museum.
Yeah,
Mm.
like history
Um, yes,
and government.
government. Um, I don't know. I have graduated from a kind of a political major from university.
Yes. Okay. But you ended up not pursuing that, obviously.
No, no, actually, I didn't want to graduate. I wanted to change, but I ended up graduating anyway.
Uh-huh. Okay, that makes me think about your Saturn in the ninth connected to your Mercury.
Mm, yeah, and I've been actually thinking about going back to university lately. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll see.
What would you study?
Psychology. I've been thinking
Would you
like
have to do like a whole program for that, or would that be just like a year or two?
they have master programs for non-professionals, so for people who have not graduated psychology as a bachelor.
Okay. And so you would do the master's.
Yeah.
Master's is usually a year, isn't it?
No, I think 2 years.
2 years.
And if you don't have a psychology bachelor degree, then it's 2.5 years.
I see. But you haven't taken any steps to do that.
No, just researching.
Just research. Uh-huh. And if you did, that would be like for next year or what?
Yeah, probably for next year. I still have not um, decided that I will do it yet, um, because
Would you have to move to Sofia for that?
yeah, probably yeah, that would not be such a huge problem. But I'm not sure in terms of um, I'm not sure whether the university is the right, like maybe other programs, more alternative, because
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. It makes me think about your Jupiter return,
yeah, that's soon, right?
which is happening next year because Jupiter has to do with study. Because it's a return that makes me think, okay, so maybe you want to go back get your master's. That's why I asked you if you're possibly going to move to Sofia, right? Because the Jupiter returns in your fourth house. So I
Mm,
thought, okay, so if you're going to start a new set, probably you have to move to the city.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, probably yes, but in any case, I'm already, half the time there. So,
That's right. Yeah.
and also we're actually thinking of, moving permanently here in Dobrich or around the area, somewhere in the seaside.
Okay, that makes me think about your Jupiter return,
Yeah, that's also a topic.
right? And so I guess that would happen already this year. Or maybe
Mm,
next, just because like Jupiter has to retrograde and he's going to be in your fourth
mm,
until like
yeah,
spring of 27. So spring of 27, maybe. Does that sound reasonable?
yeah, yeah, I think so. Or maybe towards the end of this year. We haven't put a timeline on it yet, but
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, your life is about to change a lot because both of the outer planets are crossing an angle. You're having your Jupiter return. Like these are big years.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you're gonna really yeah, get what you were
Reinvent
looking
myself.
for to do. Huh?
Reinvent myself.
Totally. Yeah.
Hope so. Not that I don't like myself. It's just I hope
For
for
me,
good
it's not
things.
not as much about reinvention as it is about starting something totally new and different that is exciting.
Yeah, maybe finding myself more. That's the better word.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's pause there for today.
Right.
What did you think about that?
It was nice. I always enjoy talking about astrology. And again, for me, it's easier to look at other people's charts and hear other people's problems than,
Ah,
look at my own chart. But I think this is something common for most astrologers. How are you at looking at your own chart?
oh, that's what I'm best at.
Really?
Of
Oh,
course, it's my chart. I know absolutely everything but that's how I studied. I wrote
yeah.
around 3,000 pages about my chart,
On your
studying the
chart?
transits to my chart. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with my chart. So
Yeah,
that
that's
is why
great.
I'm able to move so easily with your chart because I know how the system works. So
Yeah, but I prefer to look at, celebrities' charts and other people's charts. And yeah,
interesting. Makes me think about your Sun Venus conjunction,
yeah.
that you're so focused on the other person. And I have the Sun in Leo in the fourth house. That is why I'm
Oh,
so focused on myself.
yeah.
Okay,
I
does that
wish
make
I was more focused on myself. But, also lots of things like, I don't know how to explain it. The root is in myself, I guess, because I have so much action in the first house as well. But, yeah.
There's one last thing I want to mention. It's just coming up. It's about your Jupiter placement. I feel like internally you're prolific, like you're a very expressive person.
Yes, yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's
Well,
so interesting to see that and then see how you present yourself.
mm, also, yeah, for me, taking things out has always been more, difficult than experience things on my own in my own world. And yeah,
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop the recording and then you and I are gonna talk for just a couple minutes, okay?
yeah, okay.
All right.